Welcome to this new battle report for Sector Alec. In this new mission from the Rise expansion, your pirate crew must launch an assault on a Compagnie du Nord outpost on behalf of Mr. Léon. Your mission is simple: destroy or capture the combat barge and silence the intervention team. But be careful. The base is well defended with a jet bike company and a naval artillery cannon standing guard. The intervention team led by a Compagnie du Nord captain should be caught off guard. Don't give them a chance to reach the combat barge. Your first vehicle is a chariot led by the Lady of Blades and a crew of pirates. Its speed advantage over other vehicles will give you a strategic edge. Your second asset is a jet bike team led by the Baroness, who should be able to hold their own against the company's jet bikes. This is complemented by 2 speedboats equipped for ranged attacks. This light team will provide the necessary fire support while remaining agile. And finally, your captain aboard a modified construction ship. Accompanied by a team of trolls and a medic, this vessel is built for boarding actions. Plus, its circular saw might come in handy as a last resort against passing jet bikes. At the time of deployment, the 3 pirate ships position themselves on the left flank, aiming to seize the barge, while the speedboats weaken enemy troops under a barrage of fire. The jet bikes, meanwhile, will position themselves on the right flank, aiming to counter the enemy jet bikes and silence the naval artillery cannon. The game begins with the activation of hostile units first. The jet bikes make their move, starting with a mandatory forward movement, followed by 2 optional actions. Their primary objective is to intercept the nearest enemies, which happen to be the pirate jet bikes. Without hesitation, they launch into the chase. The company captain sounds the alarm: everyone to your posts. The company's sailors rush to their ship as quickly as possible. Each crew member takes their position. The flight engineer heads to the engine room, and the soldiers bring the artillery cannon back into action. Now it's the pirates' turn to act. The jet bikes activate first. The chariot makes its mandatory movement, followed by its special ability, allowing it to perform 3 consecutive movements in a straight line. All of this is done to reach the enemy cannon as quickly as possible. So on the other flank, the ships advance strategically, positioning themselves to maximize their firing range. Their goal is to open fire on the Northern Company team as soon as possible. Once all the ship pilots have completed their actions, it's time for the rest of the crew to spring into action. The sniper, with their infinite range, takes a precise shot at one of the artillery gunners, successfully crippling the super heavy weapon and hindering its maneuverability. The other units also open fire, slowly chipping away at the Northern Company captain's health. The pressure is on as the pirates intensify their assault. New turn. The company's jet bikes continue their pursuit, opening fire on the pirate bikers. They manage to inflict some damage, but nothing fatal. Yet, the chase intensifies as both sides maneuver for advantage. Over at the docks, the Northern Company team has nearly reached their ship. Pressured by the pirates' relentless gunfire, a Pacificator mobile diving suit joins the battle, stepping in to cover their advance. The Compagnie du Nord's turn comes to an end, unable to fire effectively on the pirates. Meanwhile, the pirates press on, continuing to execute their plan. It's the pirates' turn. The chariot pushes forward, attempting a breakthrough toward the cannon, while the Baroness and the jet bikes engage the company's riders. However, the battle is fierce, and despite the Baroness's exceptional skill, the Northern Company bikers hold their ground. The pirate ships advance dangerously toward the docks. Both sides are now within firing range, setting the stage for a decisive clash. Meanwhile, the captain maneuvers around the rear, staying out of enemy fire, waiting for the right moment to launch a boarding assault once the enemy numbers have been thinned. Meanwhile, the gunner positioned on the unstable chariot manages to take down one of the artillery crew members. This should hopefully reduce the threat of the weapon, as it will now be limited, capable of either firing or maneuvering, but not both, with only a single crew member left to operate it. The same scenario unfolds on the docks. Another artillery crew member falls, along with several other Northern Company soldiers. The pirates' relentless assault is starting to take its toll. But as often happens on Alex, the wind turns. Despite its inability to maneuver, the artillery cannon fires, catching the Baroness right in its line of sight. This time, she won't be able to dodge the shot. The pirate biker now finds himself alone against the enemy jet bikes, facing them without backup as the battle intensifies. At the same time, the pacificator spins up its heavy Gatling guns, silencing the pirate sniper despite their extra resilience. Elsewhere on the battlefield, another pirate crew falls under the relentless gunfire of the Compagnie du Nord soldiers. The battle is taking a brutal turn. It's the pirates' turn to act. The chariot finally reaches boarding range, ready to storm the artillery cannon and attempt to seize control. The fight for dominance is about to escalate. The pirate biker on his end manages to break free from the encirclement. With a well-placed shot, he knocks a Northern Company rider off their jet bike. On the naval front, the exchange of fire continues, with several shots bouncing harmlessly off the pacificator's heavy armor. But fortune favors the bold. The veteran pirate lands a critical success with his charged weapon, followed by an 18 on the armor penetration roll. More than enough to break through. The pacificator won't withstand the blow, finally falling under the pirate's fire. A much-needed relief for the crew. On the artillery turret, the fight reaches a deadlock. The two men grapple fiercely, neither able to gain the upper hand. The struggle for control rages on, with no clear victor in sight. So that the battle carries on into the event phase of the next turn. In a final burst of effort, the pirate gains the upper hand, successfully overpowering his opponent and seizing control of the artillery turret. But on the biker front, things take a turn for the worse for the pirates. Their last jet bike is finally taken down by the Northern Company riders, leaving the pirates without their swift support unit. The pirate ships, having moved out of range of the artillery cannon, remain under fire from Compagnie du Nord units. They endure new losses, as the enemy's relentless assault continues to wear them down. During the pirates' activation turn, the Dame des Lames takes over the gunner's position, ready to unleash the artillery cannon against Compagnie du Nord forces. The pirate crews give it their all, relentlessly firing to further thin out the crew of the barge, making the upcoming boarding assault easier to execute. Compagnie du Nord takes back control. The sidecar gunners eliminate the newly appointed pirate gunner before they even have a chance to fire the artillery cannon. The intervention team keeps up their relentless fire, seriously weakening the speedboat crew, pushing them closer to their breaking point. The pirates are running out of time. Pirates' turn. The artillery position is no longer defensible with just one person, and the enemies hold the advantage. Recognizing the danger, the lady decides it's time to retreat. Same goes for the captain second in command, now alone aboard his speedboat. With the situation turning dire, it's time to save the ship and his own life by making a swift retreat. The captain realizes that he can't delay any longer. It's time to launch the boarding assault. With a decisive order, the pirates storm the barge. The boarding is a success. Now, it's up to the Blades to decide the outcome of the battle. And the Blades were on the pirate side. The ferocious assault pushes the pirates forward, carving their way toward the front of the ship. As the melee rages on, they are reinforced by the second speedboat, turning the tide in their favor. At the start of the next turn, the battle intensifies. The trolls carve through the enemy ranks with brutal efficiency, and the pirates finally seize full control of the ship. Victory is within their grasp. The bold jet bikes now hunt down the Lady of Blades, attempting yet another encirclement maneuver to cut off her escape. The chase is on. Pirate's turn, jet bike activation. The Lady of Blades attempts a daring escape, but the blistering acceleration of her jet bike causes her to collide with the sidecar. Both take 1 point of damage, but she refuses to be caught, immediately looking for another way out. It's time for your pirate crew to make their escape. The loot crates left on the docks will have to be abandoned. There's no time to recover them. The jet bikes still prowl the area, and the snipers on the fort's rooftop remain a threat, ready to call for more reinforcements. Better to retreat while you still can. Unfortunately, the Lady of Blades will not survive this retreat. Her damaged vehicle cannot withstand the final salvo fired by the sidecar gunners. As the shots tear through her jet bike, she plummets into the clouds, her chariot consumed by flames, a fiery end to a fierce warrior. The rest of the crew manages to escape the area, fleeing under the relentless fire of the jet bikes. However, the enemy riders eventually turn back, disappearing into the vast sea of clouds. Your team secures a new ship and adds another mission to their record, but at a heavy cost. Let's hope the diversion was enough for Monsieur Léon, because it was paid for in blood. Thank you for following this battle report. Discover the full sector Alex universe on My Mini Factory. See you very soon in the clouds for new adventures. Merci.